So you want to be an actor. You want to have an acting career. This is the thing you want to do. It is more important to your heart to be an actor than anything else in the world, but it is not the safe or the smart choice. And how will your family and friends react? Are they going to be supportive, or are they going to want you to do the right thing? Choosing to be an actor, I think, is one of the bravest things you can do because it's a highly volatile, highly competitive, highly judgmental, incredibly difficult journey. I've often heard other actors say, if you want to do anything else, do that. But most actors I know don't want to do anything else. There's a fire and a passion in our souls as creatives that drive us to need to do this thing, to want to be an actor. Hi, I'm Emery, and today I want to share my story about choosing to be an actor over perhaps a smarter career, and how I made that choice later in life. I've known I was meant to be a performer forever. My first time performing was when I was 3 years old in front of our church, memorized the Christmas story and read it out loud, and I am still performing to this day, many years later. But along the way, performing while it fed my soul was not going to be the safe choice in life. I was never the best. I danced the whole way up through school for like 15 years, and while I did okay at dance technique, I really excelled in like the performance solos and the performance numbers. That's kind of where I shine. And so that should have been clue number one. But I graduated at 18 and I said, I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna do the smart thing. I'm gonna go to university. I'm gonna get my teaching degree. So I did. I got my teaching degree with a major in drama and a minor in social studies. And I came back and I started teaching theater. And I loved it. I never let the arts leave my life. I just never pursued them as a professional entity. So I taught musical theater for years, middle school, high school. I worked in our community theater. I directed shows, I acted in shows, I choreographed shows. I was immersed in it. But I was living my life as a teacher. Jumped to 2020 and I got sick. And not the sick that you're thinking. Different kind of sick. I have POTS. And before they could figure out my POTS diagnosis, I was basically bedridden for months because my body was just doing all sorts of wild things that meant it was just easier to stay down. And in that time, I did not dream about being a teacher. My heart did not ache to go back to my classroom. What I dreamed of was being an actor. My heart ached because I didn't think I would be able to act again. My heart was broken when I thought I wouldn't be able to go on stage anymore and do the thing that I loved doing. And so I tested it. Once I got my diagnosis and on medication and became a somewhat functioning human again, I went back to teaching. And I did it for a year. And it was not for me. My heart knew deep down that it was time to do the thing that wasn't safe, that wasn't smart, but that was meant to be. So here I am, middle of my life, middle of my story, and I am just starting to pursue a career as an actor. I do voice work, I am pursuing film and screen, I do amateur theater. There's not access to professional theater where I am. And what I wanted to share today was some ways that you can choose this career, choose acting, and still have it be a smart choice. And it's going to be a bit of a tough talk because I don't want to sugarcoat what this industry looks like. And I'm new and just getting into this industry, but I can share some of the frustrations and the heartache that comes with pursuing this career, and you can decide if you can take it. Only you can know what your heart and soul can handle. So to be in this career is to open yourself up to judgment, is to experience constant rejection. And not just the word no, but the concept of being ghosted when it is a no. Most times when we audition for something in this industry, you never hear back. You just assume it's a no and move on. The audition and forget it is the saying to just keep the ball rolling. You audition and forget it. You send it into the void because you're very likely never going to hear back from that. If that sounds like something your heart can handle, maybe this is the smart career for you. One of the biggest tips that I hear and that I can share and give people is it's so important that you have other things in your life that bring you joy other than your acting career. Because if you are dependent solely on that for your serotonin hit, if you're dependent solely on that to bring you joy and happiness in your life, it is not the smart career for you. It'll burn you down and hurt your heart. But if you have other hobbies, friend groups, interests outside of being an actor, that is great. Plus, it gives you a whole other realm of expertise to bring to your acting, a whole other realm of life experiences that you can then draw on when you need to, which is fantastic. So, is this a smart choice for you? Do you have outside interests that bring you joy so that you don't need to depend on being cast in something to be happy in your life? Are you ready to do the work? This career is hard, and it's hustle, and it's putting yourself out there, and it's grinding, which I know are a lot of hype words that people don't like. But the truth of the matter is that it's a lot of work. I'm not going to list all the things that you have to do in an acting career. Maybe that'll be a whole other video we do. But it is not a just sit back and wait for your agent to call, audition, get a part, make bank, and then roll in it. There's so much layered into this career and so much work that you have to do and energy that needs to be poured into it that in order for this to be the right career for you, you have to want it and you have to be ready to work for it. Not just show up and wait for it to happen for you, because that happens to like 0.1% of people that just happen upon the success that we see. And here's the thing about acting not being a smart or safe career. I think you can make it one, but it's not the career point. And here's the thing about acting not being the safe or the smart career. It is really financially unstable. It is feast and famine, where there's lots of money coming in sometimes and no money coming in for huge stints after that. And so most working actors need survival jobs that they work between acting gigs until more money is coming in. So you can make smart and safe choices by building up some kind of outside career that can support you while you follow your acting career. Whether or not that's taking some classes online and being able to like be a virtual assistant, or maybe you're a designer, or a multitude of other things. Maybe I'll do a whole other video on side hustles for actors. But if you have a way to make income, it means that when you go to audition, you're auditioning with art and love in your heart instead of desperation. Because if you are desperate to get that job, to get that paycheck, because, oh my gosh, I need to pay rent, that comes across in your acting. These auditions need to be exciting, yes, but not the entire world riding on one audition for you. So you have to have a smart side hustle that allows you to coexist alongside your acting career. That is just the truth of pursuing an acting career in 2024. So figure out what you could do to support yourself and start learning it now before you dive into the career, so as not to be totally panicked when you're in famine mode, not feast. Does that make sense? And I could go on and on about all the ways that it is hard to be an actor. But the truth of it is, you get to live one life. And when I was bedridden and being diagnosed with a chronic illness, and I thought my life was basically over and I was going to have to change everything about how I existed, I was devastated. Thanks to modern medicine and different treatment plans, I function most days fairly well. And what I decided to do with my one life was follow my dream. The dream I've had since I was a kid, doing children's theater. I was born to perform. I was born to act. I was born to inspire and teach others to do that as well. And so I'm here to tell you to make the leap. Choose acting over a smart career. You can do it smartly and make it a smart career, but it's okay. This is me giving you permission. And if nobody else will cheer you on, I will cheer you on. Because you have one life to live. And if this is what you're meant to do, let's do it.